Hi guys! On today's video, I'll be talking about the 2010s of Marvel and DC Comics. However, it's more of an evolution of Marvel DC relaunches due to some comic book events that led towards some changes in the comics. And of course, once again, I'm going to talk about one company at a time due to a lot of comic books, which not every book will make it to this video that you might have heard of. So I'm going to start with Marvel because they have a lot of relaunches going on from 2010 to 2018. So let's get to it. Okay, so the Heroic Age is a 2010 comic book branding that began in 2010 and ended in 2012. It marked a major change in the status quo of the Marvel Universe after the events of Siege. This is where some of the characters get new comic book titles that I know of, such as Secret Adventures, New Adventures, FF, and Hawkeye, just to name a few. Also, in the Ultimate Marvel Universe, Miles Morales got his comic book run after his debut. Next was Marvel Now. That debuted in 2012 with new issue 1s. The relaunch also includes some new titles, including Uncanny Avengers and All New X-Men, described as a shifting of the Marvel Universe following the conclusion of the Avengers vs. X-Men storyline. This list of comics from this launch has some recognizable characters that you might have saw in the MCU, such as the debut of Ms. Marvel, Sam as Captain America, Jane as Thor, including Gore from Thor God of Thunder's run. Oh, and the new Falcon that you see in Captain America 4 is Joaquin Torres, who debuted in Captain America Sam Wilson issue 1. Up next is All New, All Different Marvel, which was a 2015-19 branding for Marvel Comics' entire main line of comics. Taking place after the crossover storyline called Secret Wars, it details the new Marvel Universe and relaunches with first issues. Some of these comics I know of include Vision, Invisible Iron Man, which that comic book debuted Riri Williams in issue 7, and she had her own comic book run in 2017. Doctor Doom also became Iron Man for a while in Infamous Iron Man. Up next is Marvel Legacy. This relaunch began in September 17, following the conclusion of Secret Empire and Generation storyline, while the release of a 50-page one-shot titled Marvel Legacy issue 1. I think some of these comics from this launch doesn't have any new numbers, and due to making sure this video is not too long, I'll just say they might have some good runs. Anyway, the last one, of course, is the current launch we got today, called Marvel Fresh Start, that launched in 2018. Now this launch is in fact that I have read a couple of these comics from my Marvel Unlimited app. Not all, but I know that there are some popular comics that happen here and there, like The Avengers that explored a BC team led by Odin, the Fantastic Four that brought back the team, Venom, which, believe it or not, kickstarted an event called King in Black that debuted in Newell. While Charlie Hickman started to change the X-Men with a new storyline called Concurrent Age that started with House of X and Power of X, and those events spawned into new X-Men titles that are, of course, too much to keep up with. Now, before I move on to DC, as you saw there, that took a while to research different launches that Marvel did. Now, for my pro and cons about them is that somewhere hits while others were not, and Marvel has some up and downs. And the only con would be the X-Men stuff, which I'll talk more about in my 2020 video. Okay, so on to DC, and don't worry, the reason I went ahead to do Marvel first is due to a lot of relaunches, but for DC, they only had 2, until 2020 of course. So what did DC do in 2010? Well, DC decided to reboot DC again with the event called Flashpoint. After the event, it brought in some new titles along the way. This relaunch was called New 52, and New 52 was sort of a start for me to get into comics. Except I only bought a couple volumes of Justice League, Shazam, Suicide Squad, and Batman. Now, New 52 did have some up and downs along the way, but however, 2016 is where they decided to relaunch again after the event called Rebirth. This event brought back Wally West, The Flash, and also another event called Convergence that had some titles, and one of them was Superman, and that Superman was the original Prime Earth Superman, and he found his way into the new DC universe, and after the death of the New 52 Superman, stuff happened here and there, and now Superman's back with a son named Johnny Kent. But this rebirth event foreshadows a crossover with Watchmen team. Okay, so for some of the comics that I have read before on my app was Flash, Superman, Super Sons, Batman, Justice League, and you name it. Alright, as for that foreshadowed crossover event, Doomsday Clock was a crossover with the Watchmen team, and it seems that Dr. Manhattan time traveled and did things that affected the DC Universe, such as erase the TSA, and so in a nutshell, the event sort of retconned Flashpoint. In some way, it feels like it. Oh, and there was also another relaunch to happen in 2018 called New Justice, a 2018 relaunch that happened after the end of Dark Knight's Metal, at its launching point. And the comics are still the same as that. And that would do for this video. And wow, sorry it felt long. Marvel and DC kind of did a lot of relaunches, and DC Rebirth is my favorite launch due to the Super Sons and Superman comics I have read on my DC app when it came out in 2018. And some of these comics I have talked about are reprinted in their own volumes, so no fancy lines this time, like epics or finest lines. And boy, what a journey on this series so far. And by the time I'm done with the 2020s video, I might talk about the comic book apps and some other series I could try out doing. So thanks for watching this video, and see you guys next time. Bye! If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, share, like, and ring the notification bell, and check out other videos in my channel as well. See you guys next time. Bye!